of Inside the Doghouse. Today we are joined by one of our ACTV athletes of the month, Nathan Linder from the Adrian College Club baseball team. He's also one of my former broadcast partners for when I used to work there. So first off, Nathan, congratulations on being named the athlete of the month. Now, tell us a little bit about yourself. What year are you at Adrian, and what's your major?
So I'm a junior here at Adrian College. I'm majoring in sports management. I'm also looking to get my certificate in sports broadcasting through the communication department. I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Not really small town, but I'm from South Milwaukee, Wisconsin, about 20 minutes outside of Milwaukee. So that's just where I am here at Adrian.
All right. Now, how long have you been a part of the club baseball program?
I've been a part of it since I got here. In my freshman year, I came here to play baseball. Coach Knorr recruited me out of high school, so came here and started right there in fall of 2023.
Nice. That would have been my junior year. So time's definitely flying. It's definitely flown by. So let's talk about this season. How has the team been doing so far?
The team's been doing really good. I mean, I'm on the D3 team, so I get an opportunity to play every day, which I really like. We got a smaller group, about 15 or 16 guys, and the camaraderie it's really there. You know, everyone plays for each other. They really like each other. We enjoy each other's presence, and with being a smaller team compared to the D1 team, which is about over 20 guys, everyone really feels close-knit, and we can communicate with one another. We talk to each other on a regular basis, and everyone kind of feels like they're there for a purpose. You know, the last time Adrian College had a Division III club baseball team, they won the national championship. So that's our goal this year, and we know that it's well within our grasp to do so. We're at a great start, 4-0 in conference play, and so we're off to a really good start, and I think everyone's really enjoying it.
Absolutely. Now, what's been your favorite moment or highlight from the season so far?
I would have to say, over these last couple of weekends here, we had our 4 conference games against Toledo and then U of M Flint, and then we had 2 other technically non-conference games against Oakland, even though they are in our conference. But even though we kind of blew those teams out, it's obviously always fun to score a bunch of runs. But our defense has been really good, and I think we had the first game against Toledo, the first 2 games, in the first 14 innings or 12 innings that we had offense, we scored in, I think, 10 of them. And that's our really goal throughout the program, is to score a run in every single inning that we play. And we did that the first game. I think we scored in every one except 1 inning. And then the second game, it was more of the same. So I think once a run comes across, everyone's really hyped. And I know I'm one of the guys in the dugouts, is even though it's pretty normal for a baseball team to score runs, every time we score, I'm like, yeah, we scored, just get everyone hyped. And it's really good to see everyone have the energy up.
Absolutely. I remember calling quite a bit of your games before last year, and I've definitely seen a lot of that energy from the dugout, no matter who's winning or who's losing. But have I asked you, are there any big challenges the team has faced, and how have you guys handled them?
I think early in the year, we were kind of finding ourselves. We started the year off at Washtenaw. We got the win 10-9, even though we came out, we scored a bunch of runs in like the second inning, I think, and then they came back, made it a baseball game. So it was close, but a good win for us. And then we go to the Battle Creek Blast, which is a tournament out in Battle Creek near Kalamazoo in Michigan. And we went 0-3 there on 3 games. But we were in pretty much all the games except for the one against Oakland, which we ended up getting kind of our revenge back over the past weekend. So I think that would be the biggest challenge thus far, was those couple of games in Battle Creek. A couple of instances where the team was kind of down. We ended up playing a 9 a.m. game on a Saturday after we just played a 4:30 game the day before. So everyone was tired and groggy, and no one was really ready to play. The grass was wet. The sun was in a tough spot for infielders. So I told the guys, I was like, those are the worst conditions we'll ever play in, right? 9 a.m. field conditions weren't good. The rest of this fall, we had all our games were at home, right? So we have beautiful turf field here at Nicolay Field. And then even moving into the spring, you're not going to get another 9 a.m. game like that. It's either going to be 1 o'clock or even we play in the evenings sometimes. So it's just, even though we faced that adversity early in the year in September, we kind of kicked things off in October, coming back from fall break. We knew, hey, these conference games coming up, these are really important, and we have to get the dub here. And we did just that.
Nice, absolutely. Now, how did it feel when you found out that you were named ACTV Athlete of the Month? Was it Did it seem like a big surprise to you? What was it, something that you were working on achieving, or what were your thoughts?
Yeah, it definitely kind of came out of the blue. I really had no idea, which is funny because the previous week, the 2 weekends before, I was named our conference's pitcher or player of the week in the NCBA, our conference, which I think is the like District 4 East or something like that. So I was named conference player of the week, and then the week after that, I was named the national pitcher of the week in NCBA for Division 3. So that was a big honor. And then, it's nice to, as a personal note, just get those compliments from like, former coaches or from friends saying, "Hey, congrats on this." And then once I got the ACTV player of the month, even a couple more people reached out and said, "Hey, congrats on this," which was kind of surprising. I don't know how they found that one because I posted all of it on my Instagram story saying that I won, not boasting it, but obviously if you win something, you're going to want to put it out there. And then so more people congratulated me, and Sean, who works with ACTV, I think had a say in this. He asked me for my stats because he was going to wonder if I wanted to maybe do an interview for the Bulldog Minute, right? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I could do that. It'd be kind of weird because I work with ACTV, so I'm not sure if they'd want me to interview there. So he asked me for the stats. I sent it to him, and then a week or so later, I find out I'm one of the players of the month, and that's a huge honor. I mean, all the sports we have here, over 50 teams, and probably at least half of them were in season in that month of October. So that's a huge accomplishment for me, and I know everyone on my team was happy for me, and I'm happy for me. It's a really big accomplishment. I don't want to say I was working towards it, but I mean, to have that on my little baseball resume is definitely one to keep for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations again. You definitely earned it, fair and square. Is there anyone you'd like to thank or credit for helping you get to this point?
Yeah, for sure. All tons of coaches. Even Coach Lonnie back at home with my first kind of travel team with the Junior Rockets, and then I would say Coach Frank Jaramillo. He was my travel ball coach from ages 13 through 16, and he was one of the most influential coaches I've had. He taught me almost everything I know as far as the little things in baseball. Where to field a ground ball, how to catch a pop up, and not obviously the simple stuff, but you know how you usually want to catch a pop up in front of you. But he taught me to turn the glove and catch it with your thumb facing yourself, and it's just the little things like that and the baseball intricacies. Baseball is such a complex game, it's a chess match, as everyone always says. I think Coach Frank Jaramillo, he's really one of the guys that taught me the little things, and he congratulated me after I won Player of the Month. And I go back home this past summer. I was able to help coach with him and my former travel ball team, their 15-year-old teams. So that was just a huge accomplishment. Him, and then obviously Coach Knorr here. He's been a huge support for me during my college career. And then Coach Christian, new to the program this year. He's been a great guy. Kind of first week of practice, Coach Knorr and the other coaches come up to me and say, "Hey, would you be okay with going to the D3 team and being the shortstop there?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think I could do that. We're going to play for something bigger than ourselves at that point." And Nora was happy about it, and Christian was like, "That's going to be a really big centerpiece for our team moving forward this year."
All right, all right. Now, let's slight switch of the topic here. Now, how do you balance being a student and an athlete in a club sport?
Yeah, so that's the big thing, is balancing sports and academics, right? Everyone on here on campus does it. I would say it's really nice. We don't have a super difficult schedule to balance as far as athletics go. We have, practices at night in the fall from 7 to 9 p.m., usually during the week, and then on Fridays at noon. So during the day, I pretty much have all day to work on school. I have a couple classes during the day and lunch in there, but then I kind of get my homework done right around the middle of the day. If I have any left over, I'll do it at night. But probably once after dinner starts at 6 o'clock or so, then I'm pretty much focused all on baseball. I like to get a workout in a couple times a week. That's usually later at night. So just doing your homework right away, whether it be in class or shortly after the class is over, it can really set yourself up. I know people who kind of push their homework off to the last minute, wait till Sunday to do all the work. Well, we sometimes play on Sundays and often have other commitments that we have to do. Obviously, working with ACTV is a little homework assignment in itself when you have to commentate. So just taking your time and setting aside time to do your homework, and then that way, after a certain point of the day, that's when you can just focus on your athletics.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, so what are your goals for the rest of the season?
I would say moving into the spring, our goal is definitely to win the conference, right? If we win the conference, then we go to the regional playoff. At this point, we probably could afford one loss in conference, considering we're 4-0, and then the rest of the teams below us, I think there's a 3-1 team, and then everyone else. But if we go one loss or undefeated in conference, then we'll make the regional playoff, which actually the regional playoff for our district is going to be in Wisconsin, where I'm from, only about 2 hours from my hometown. So that would be amazing if we make it to the regional playoff, and then we can have a bunch of my family members come out and support me. It's going to be in Wisconsin Dells. Technically, the city is Mauston, but Wisconsin Dells, they call it the water park capital of the world. I've been there several times, and actually the complex that we're going to play at, I've played there when I used to play on my travel team.
Nice. Now, I mean, back when I was still a student, I mean, you and I, we called a lot of games together for ACTV. Now I wanted to ask, do you have I was wondering if you happen to have a favorite memory from any game that we were calling together?
Yeah, I love working with you, Forrest. I think I remember some of the stuff that sticks with me the most. Some of the funny bits, especially when we were calling baseball, and a foul ball would come up and it head right to our box, and you would audibly shout on camera.
Oh no!
Because
I mean, it was coming straight at me, like I didn't expect it, and it was just like a laser. It would hit the net right in front of our face. I'd go, whoa! And I remember, I remember you were. It was during the break. We were both just laughing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so just some of the times there, and obviously we called basketball a couple times together. I think our chemistry really works well there. You on the play-by-play and me on the color, providing a lot of the knowledge I have of the game, and you just have a really good voice for it. I mean, you're in a great industry right now you have here, so I've always loved working with you, and it's a privilege to work with you right now.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun working with you too as well, and but yeah, all the fun moments that we had while we were commentating and behind the scenes, it's just stuff that I'm never gonna forget. And so, what do you love most about being part of the club baseball team?
Everyone, they get along with each other. We have a friendly rivalry, for sure. Obviously, baseball is a competitive sport. Only 9 players can be out in the field, and we have over 30 guys in the program, but I think everyone knows each other after we introduced the freshmen in the fall, and come October time, everyone pretty much knows each other's names, even though it might get a couple of days used to it. But those just times in the facility, especially once we get into the winter ball, coming back from winter break, I think that's really when some of the friendships start developing. You're in the facility for a couple hours at a time during our practice times at night, and that's really when you can dive into people's personal lives, rather than being out on the field practicing where you're, running back and forth bases and fielding, whatnot. When you're in a facility and you have an hour in there and you're only going to hit for, maybe 15 minutes total, but you're just going to sit next to your buddy on the bench and chat it up for a couple minutes. Those are the times when, friendships and relationships really start to build. And I think everyone just has a sort of camaraderie about each other. They really like being around, and obviously that friendly rivalry we have, but some of my closest friends here at Adrian College are on the club baseball team.
Great answers for all the questions that I've asked today. I mean, like I said, the memories that we've had calling our games, whether it was one of my funny catchphrase puns, the let Bruiser fetch that one catchphrase, or the paw print phrase. But yeah, Nathan, again, thanks so much for joining us today, and again, congratulations on being named ACTV Athlete of the Month. So but yeah, thank you very much for joining me. For those of you listening, thank you very much for tuning in here on Inside the Doghouse. I'm Forrest